everyone. I would like everyone to please silence their cell phones and place them where you cannot reach them or cannot see them, and just live in the moment with me for about 5 minutes. So most of you today have electronic devices, whether they're in your pockets, in your home, in your cars, and so many more places. And we think it's so convenient because, hey, it's like having the whole world in our pockets. However, phones have more of a chokehold on me and you than anything in this world. Research has been done on brains by labs in the US to see how they process looking at a bright screen for 10, 12, 15 hours a day. And as someone who got a phone when they were 13, I had a phone for 13 years, and it's completely changed my behavior, my mental health, and everything around me, including my sleep patterns. A phone screen has the eyes of society within its grasp, and it's destroying the real connections and future development that we could have made. Today we're going to be talking about 3 points that are going to go along with this conversation. Number 1 being that loneliness, anxiety, and addiction to cell phones is found within college students. Number 2, the effects of smartphones on the brain activity and comprehension. Number 3, the effects of public behavior from smartphones and building real connections with people around us. First, let us discuss the college students in here today with us and how their smartphone may affect their social skills. The UCLA Department of Psychology did a study on 50 girls and 50 boys between the ages of 18 and 21 years old. Those studies found that loneliness and anxiety were found as a main variable of mobile phone addiction. UCLA had limitations just like any other experiment or scientist has, but try to think when you went and met people without using a cell phone for a second. Remember when social media was not around and we weren't riddled with anxiety thinking that someone had posted about us or exposed us in any way. Although this is a small, conducted study, phones can harm our social skills as well as leave us empty and living without a purpose. Furthermore, from just social skills, let's discuss the effects of smartphones and how they affect the activity of our brain and how we comprehend things around us. Please take a look at figure 1 for me. You will see 2 brain scans, one being a person without a cell phone, one being a person looking at a cell phone. You notice these little blobs within the cerebral part of the brain. Those are considered gray matter. Gray matter retains information and also shows us how to react to what our eyes are seeing. Another study found that reading on a smartphone resulted in lower reading performance than using a paper medium. I am in no way a neurologist, but we can all see the difference between these 2 scans. My own memory and comprehension skills have depleted after staring and using my phone for hours on end. I'm unable to function without it, similar to how an addict views drugs. The blue light in phones also makes the brain comfortable compared to straining our eyes on plain white paper. After seeing these images, now we can move on to how these affect our behavior and social skills with the people around us, and maybe give us an idea of how to stop it. Finally, the 3rd point will discuss how our behavior changes and affects our relationships. As stated by Insider editor Anna Maurice Miller, the brain had less activity and volume in a brain area associated with empathy, impulse control, emotion, and decision making. This is similar to addicts using drugs. They can't live without it, and it develops into anger, aggression, and sadness. Remember when you lost your phone one time? You probably panicked or became frantic, frustrated, throwing everything around trying to find it. Why are we doing that over a tiny rectangle? All of these points so far have proven there is something with cell phones that draws its users in. If most of you investigated your screen time, you would be in shock. After listening today, your phone is still going to be in your pocket, vibrating, ringing, begging to be used. However, that grasp it has on you and me can be broken. Smartphones are affecting our mental state, relationships, in changing our brains chemically. As I spoke today, some of you may even have checked the time, checked a notification, or just grabbed it and put it in your hand. Do you remember what I said when you grabbed it or looked at it? Once again, I'm not a doctor or a scientist, but research has proven the chemical effects that smartphones have on our brains. And we should be concerned. We aren't getting any younger, and we need as much brain activity and brain power as we can get. Leaving here today, you should step away from your phone for a while. I'm not saying just ignore it completely, but take a moment every time you're with family, friends, or on a date, or just at home. Live in the moment for a second. Try not to miss anything, because you never know what could happen. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.